Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting NASCAR race. This one is a lot different than what you've seen so far this year because finally, the trucks are back. That's right. We are back. And we're starting us off. This is the first race since NASCAR's West Coast swing is over. And we're at Homestead for the second year in a row. It's at the spot right after Texas World on the schedule. Well, at least for Cup. And for the second year in a row, it is the season opener for the NASCAR Kellogg's Truck Series. A lot of new changes, a lot of new teams, new faces. Some of the better ones, you've already seen them in the Melling Series. But let's go through your 38 trucks on the grid. Yes, 38 trucks. Oop, not the way you're supposed to do it. That's right. Here we are at Homestead. Under the lights. And starting out this season on the pole is Maurice White. He's hoping for a good season. And our first of our 9 full-time rookies, it's Dan. Dan driving for Logan Cloud Motorsports in the number 94. Then Peter Onjak, he returns to the 99. And Wayne Brady leading a Dodge 123. Billy Preston, there he is in the 16. And one of our 2 part-time drivers, it's 02. Whoops, there's no roof number on that truck. Oh well. There's 0 numbers on the roof and 2 numbers on the sides. Aha. Lionel Richie, his team moves to Ford. He's in the Flex Seal truck. And another full-time rookie, there's Shade Eves. And Solid Snake and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lemmy Koopa is going to line up next to Nicolas Cage. Then it'll be Frank Sinatra and James Young. Our other part-time driver is Natalie Decker in a 3rd truck for what is now David Rudiman Racing Crosley Sports Group. Where is this? I'm lost. 15th, there's Taylor Goldsmith, the pole sitter here last year. Daniel Bruhl. Yep, that team switched to Ford. Tommy Chong is there. Then Jacob Rose, whose team, Mr. Magoo Motorsports, switches to Toyota. And Dwayne Johnson, who has Lucas Oil sponsorship. Then Weird Al moving over to Pete Townsend's old ride. And Larry Hagan, driving for Manco Motorsports, who moved down from the Melling Series to the trucks. And he'll drive with State Water Heaters. And you'll also see Alsco getting some primary sponsorship. That's kind of an inverse of the scheme you'll normally be driving. Tom Clancy moves over to take Eddie Money's spot in the 23. Martin Freeman returns. Then there's Gatlin Downey, another rookie, in the 3rd truck for Hulk Sport alongside Steve Carell. Miranda Cosgrove, who changes from 1 to 52 and is now in a Dodge Ram alongside Peter Gabriel, who replaces Mark Watney. There he is, your defending champion, A.J. Jones. Starting alongside the guy in the spot where Tom Clancy was last year, Rookie of the Year contender Tyler Ankrum. Towards the back, there's Meatloaf. He'll start next to Billy Joel, who goes full-time this year. Gilbert Gottfried and Buddy Lazier in a new number. And Andre the Giant, starting in the back. And he is here. All Might is going to run for Rookie of the Year this year in the 1. Rounding out the field, the lowest qualifying of the Rookie of the Year candidates, Alex Biniaco, who takes over for Brandon Morris, and Hilda starts at the back of the pack.
Drivers, start your engines!
Today is going to be a very exciting race. Here at Homestead, engines have fired. We're pulling away. Today's race is, in fact, it's the Black & Decker 200. I actually had to look at my notes for that one. Here we are, we're back in the Sunshine State. The Sunshine State, I just realized, totally bookends the West Coast swing. There was Daytona. And yeah, Animated Invasion has appeared in the trucks with All Might running full-time along with Dan. It's not an anime invasion, that's a Western animation Dan versus. 02's running part-time for Logan Cloud Motorsports, and apparently Saitama will be running later on in the year as well. There'll be other 2 rotating in and out part-time drivers every week and 36 full-time drivers as well for every race. The pace car pulls down pit road. Green flag is out. The Black & Decker 200 is underway. Natalie Decker and Lionel Richie, the first drivers to make moves to the inside. It's Maurice White gains an advantage. Whoops. Hold on. Turn off the racing line. If any last year's race is any indication, that was not broadcast on television. That was a radio only. But we should have a really competitive race. It was a photo finish last year. I think, was it Mitch Hedberg maybe that was coming to the line to try and snipe the win, but it was the only driver in the field who had any previous experience in trucks, and that was Buddy Lazier winning. Buddy Lazier in his one start in 2007 at Las Vegas. Whoa, they're 4 wide. I don't know what I just did. The first lap of the season was led by Maurice White. Now it's Wayne Brady up to the front. A whole host gaggle of trucks farther back. Wayne Brady is leading through the corner. Lionel Richie trying to go for second place. And several trucks fanned out 3 wide. They've even been briefly 4 wide. Julian Lennon, who was one of the part-time drivers, is not, from last year's race, is not in it. The other one is Alex Bignacco, and he's running full-time. Bignacco had a very impressive part-time campaign. Didn't exactly have a lot of good finishes, but in his 5 starts, he won the pole twice, which is incredible. That's a 40% rate. I know Billy Joel also won a pole. I think one other part-time driver might have done it. It might have been Peter Gabriel. They sort of settled down. Oh, they're 4 wide. Oh, almost looked like they might be 5 wide for a second. I mean, not really, but it looked like they had the potential. The entire field separated by under 3 seconds. That's how you know you're watching a competitive race. Trucks jostling now towards the front. Dan Mandel versus Wayne Brady. This show's been off the air for a while, and it's kind of a shame because it was a really good show, especially considering it was on the same channel as My Little Pony, and it was anything but. It was like the polar opposite. But Dan will lead laps in his first ever race. Solid Snake running second. Peter Onjak won like 3 times last year, but did terrible in points. And Rush Fender Racing team owner Getty Lee says that was what was keeping him from moving up. Had he done like top 10 in points or maybe even top 15, he would absolutely have been in the 9 or the 60 this year. Speaking of Rush Fender Racing, their other returning veteran, Lemmy Koopa, coming towards the forefront, as now Solid Snake leads a lap. Decker's up here. Getting a lot of female riders. There's like 5 females in this race, because there's Decker, there's 02, Miranda Cosgrove, Hilda. Okay, maybe there's only the... two, but they're 4 wide towards the back. Oh, contact. Already running the 10th lap of the race. Dan trying to get back to the race lead. Lionel Richie trying to make it 3 wide, but it was Snake there at the line. Oh my god, there were almost 5 wide. Because there was Dwayne Johnson, Daniel Brule, and Solid Snake, but it looked like both Billy Preston and Lin-Manuel Miranda were going to split the gap there. Now you can see Snake pulling away. 2, 3 truck lengths gap back to Dan. And Dan getting a looks decent run off the corner. It's like the field coming more elongated as this race goes on. Snake looking like one of the strongest trucks early on. Well, it was Dan, Wayne Brady, Lemmy Koopa with an interesting move there. If I remember correctly from last year's race, we should see pit stops. There's around like 23, I'm not sure how many races there are this year. I don't even know where we're all going because it's not finalized. I think IRP is going to be re-added back to the schedule. There's 23 races on the schedule at the moment. Now Hagan, unfortunately, towards the back. A lot of the rookies sort of coag. Gilbert Gottfried, who was last of all the full-time drivers in points last year, running towards the back again. Interestingly enough, he actually won at Bristol. Snake leads as this race is around a third of the way through. You can see, look at that! Lionel Richie just ran his fastest lap of the race. Granted, it's only 27 fastest of all the fastest laps. I mean, AJ Jones just ran his, and it's only 24th quickest. Oh! Drag race at the line for the lead, and it was Snake, but Wayne Brady trying to get by, but Snake just powers by on that outside line. The pack almost looked like they kind of arranged double file there. I'd imagine if... yeah, I'd imagine these guys towards the back would have an easier time running faster laps since they're in the draft, so to speak. Now this is a night race. Tomorrow's Melling Series event will be a day race. And then just like last year's. And then just like last year's, the Cup race will be a transition race. It'll start with pretty light out, but it'll end with darkened skies. And I don't know how there's no roof number on that 02. Wayne Brady, I think he might get the lead this time by at the line. Unless Snake gets a big run. Not really. Wayne Brady back to the race lead. So we're closing in on the halfway point. A lot of field fluidity. Fast cars slowly working backwards. Slower cars slowly working up. See, here's Dwayne Johnson. I don't think we've talked about The Rock a whole lot this race. And look at, here he is, banging on the door. He actually did crack the top 5 that time by. No, he didn't. He just ran his fastest lap of the race, which was only 34th fastest of those fastest laps. But Larry Hagan has the slowest fastest lap, and he just ran his fastest lap of the race. They're 3 wide for second. We approach halfway, which will be going down the back stretch this time by. Nobody's pit, so it will be a one-stop race, as I thought it would be. Most races will be a one-stop race. Or a zero-stop race here in trucks. Oh! I don't know, I thought Eves was forcing it 4 wide and about to wreck. They're 4 wide at the 3 wide for second once again. AJ Jones not making a terrible lot of headway. He got most of his steam, getting most of his wins, and he got 3 of his 4 wins last season in the second half. Now they're 4 wide for 5th place. Oh, Natalie Decker was making aggressive moves to try to get down to the bottom. Couldn't get there. Now she's trying again. Nicolas Cage is still there. Followed up is now Frank Sinatra out of nowhere. Is come to challenge for the lead. Look at Larry Hagan working his way up. Oh, truck in the wall! Oh, more trucks are in it. There's a big crash. I think these guys were trying to head down the pit road when this happened. Oh, a big crash. Caution is out. Wayne Brady is your race leader. Oh, Rose, Snake, Hilda's involved. Billy Preston, Taylor Goldsmith. All Might looks like he's got some damn. Maybe Meatloaf, too. Lionel Richie Cosgrove. That's the first caution of the Truck Series season. Already, some drivers getting towed back. Snake and Rose. Or maybe not Rose, maybe not getting towed back. Snake's not getting towed back. Billy Preston, did he just pit? I think something's up with Billy Preston. We'll take a quick look back at our replay, but we're gonna watch the action unfold here on pit row. Because it's entirely possible we see some change. Now we see Wayne Brady. He's not going to be the very first car. He's the third in the third stall. There's Rose. If he just cleared, he might be on the tail end of the lead lap. Oh! Wayne Brady gets out, but Lemmy Koopa is going to be your race leader. Natalie Decker going to be in third. And host of other cars. Oh, don't you wreck it. So now we are going to space-time rewind. Actually, it was the 88. Yes, it was right towards the front of the pack, too. I don't know. That was a really interesting way to hit the wall. The Richie... Whoa, Snake there. See, Snake's doing a good job until he gets into Billy Preston. There's Hilda. Hilda's involved. Oh, a bit of damage for A.J. Jones. See, oh, Ankrum got a little bit. Looks like maybe not really. Steve Carell at least checked up to miss this. I think 0-2 got lucky and missed it. Oh, I think... Oh, I can definitely tell. Steve Carell definitely got a bit of it. Meatloaf, Taylor Golds. Miranda Cosgrove just slid down the track. Didn't get any damage, neither did Peter Gabriel. Rose got stuck on the apron. Well, he's a lap down. So is Snake. Everybody else, it looks like, on the lead lap. I don't know if they pitted again or if anybody pitted. Oh, Billy Preston, it looks like, lost a lap. My bad. So we're going to go green with 13 to go. Lemmy Koopa is going to be your race leader. Wayne Brady in second. Decker is running in third right now. Then Nick Cage and Buddy Lazier. Maurice White, your pole sitter. Frank Sinatra, Dan, Tom Clancy, and Shade Eves is your top 10. As we quickly thumb through the rest of the field. Should be very interesting this. See what's gonna go on. Lemmy Koopa's never won. Green flag is out, pace truck is underway, and we're back green. Already trucks into the wall! And it should be very interesting. Oh, Dwayne Johnson's going to get caught behind the lappers. Luckily, if another caution comes out, if we get restarted, that is, there would be no lapped cars on the inside, at least. Anyway, Now they're really fanning out. Brady going to the lead. Who are the 3 lap cars again? 51, 16, and 2, I believe. 2 already filtered through. 16 getting filtered through. 51 at least shows some decent pace. Natalie Decker trying to get to 3rd. This pack starting to kind of bunch up a bit more. Oh, they're putting down some really fast laps. All Might's got damage. She's off the pace. So is Richie, kinda. Wayne Brady leads. We're coming to 10 laps to go. Oh, God. He was really slow that time by. Here comes Lemmy Koopa. Oh, they're 2 wide, almost 3 wide for the race lead. Lemmy Koopa now in the race lead. Small little pack forming. Top like 13 or so after getting split up. Now the backstretch to go. Frank Sinatra now your leader. Lemmy Koopa trying to get it back. There's Buddy Lazier. We have not talked about him all race, despite the fact he's the defending winner here. Lazier up to 4th now. And on the move. Going for 3rd. Around Clancy he goes. Snake is really off the pace. But ooh, they might catch Snake. Oh no. Starting to form up a little bit more. Is now Lemmy Koopa getting pushed to the race lead. Wayne Brady looking to make another move. His buddy Lazier is gone. Was going several wide. Maurice White, he kind of fell off the map after leading the first lap. 5 laps to go. Lemmy Koopa, your race leader. Dan in the 2nd. As we come up on Solid Snake. Oh. Snake, I think, wasn't he leading laps earlier? And now he's going to be the guy who decides the outcome of this race. It's going to be even more of a sieve than it already was the first time around. Running laps 3.5 seconds slower than the leaders. They've caught him. He's going mid to high. That's not helping Buddy Lazier. Or Frank Sinatra. A lot of... Oh, that's just the Toyotas got held up like nuts. Some of the stragglers from the second pack trying to form in, but I don't think it's going to be think it's going to be too late for them to challenge for the win. Jack getting in here. Coming to 2 to go in the Black & Decker 200. Oh, Dan, really slow. Oh, they're pinning. Decker 2. Steve Carell, Hilda, Lionel Richie, and All Might. Did they short fuel? They didn't fill up all the way, I don't think. Oh, this could have turned into fuel strategy at the last possible second. Lemmy Koopa leading. Oh, Maurice White comes down. So does Tom Clancy. Several other drivers. Ankrum's down. Hagen's down. Bignacco, Brule, Taylor Goldsmith. They're really slow. Coming down this time by Lemmy Koopa, your race leader. Here comes The Rock. He's trying to make a move to the inside. It's not going to be enough. More drivers pit right at the checkered flag, but Lemmy Koopa is finally won. Lemmy Koopa wins the Black & Decker 200. The Rock comes home second. Wayne Brady in a photo finish, it looks like, for the third spot. Okay, not as... Peter Onjak sneaks a top 10 out of this. Gatlin Downey 14th in his first start. Kind of impressive. Oh! All these guys. And the session complete. Nobody finished out of the race. Okay, Bruley. Wow. There are your results. Lemmy Koopa is your leader. Shade Eves, the highest finishing rookie. Billy Joel, Gatlin Downey, Peter Gabriel, top half of the field. Oh, Hagen had a decent run going and it went away at the end. Some other drivers had really bad results, as you can see. But there it is. Since the first race of the season, I'm not going to bother showing the points. And it doesn't really matter. I think Lemmy Koopa is going to be your points leader anyway. That was a pretty quick race. Even with an accident. Next week we head to, I believe, Iowa. Yes, next weekend is Iowa. That will be the Taco John's 200. Hope to see you then. We got 2 more races coming up here at Homestead. We hope to see you for those races as well. It's sure to be interesting. I've been WesternCaves for the Western Caves Sports Network. We'll see you next time.